Ladies and gentlemen, visionaries and warriors of the modern age, seekers of excellence and defiers of the ordinary, pause for a moment and ask yourself this. What if the limits you believe in, the ceilings you have accepted, the rules you have followed, were never meant to contain you? What if, right now, you stand on the precipice of a revolution, not just in thought, not just in action, but in the very way you live, lead, and win? The world does not belong to those who wait. It does not bow to those who play by the rules of mediocrity. No, history is not written by the hesitant. It is carved into existence by the game changers. The men and women who do not settle, who do not conform, who do not simply endure life, but engineer it. For centuries, the secret to greatness has been sought after, whispered about, and locked away in the minds of the elite. What makes one person excel where another struggles? Why do some rise while others remain stuck in the grind of the ordinary? Is it talent? Is it luck? Is it some mystical force reserved only for the chosen few?
No.
The difference, my friends, is found in the choices they make, the strategies they adopt, and the courage with which they seize control of their destiny. They are not merely participants in life's great game, they change the game itself. And that is precisely what Game Changers, What Leaders, Innovators, and Mavericks Do to Win at Life by Dave Asprey unveils to you. This is not a book of theory. It is not a collection of tired, recycled advice. No, this is a blueprint forged in the fires of relentless innovation, a playbook crafted from the minds of the world's greatest thinkers, a path paved by those who have dared to question the status quo and emerge victorious. Inside these pages lie the habits, the tactics, the mindsets of those who refuse to be average, those who bend reality to their will, those who understand that life is not something to be passively accepted, but something to be hacked, optimized, and mastered. So I ask you, are you content to remain where you are? To settle for the limits others have set for you? Or will you rise, unstoppable, unbreakable, and unwilling to accept anything less than the extraordinary? Because make no mistake, this is not just another book. This is your wake-up call, your roadmap to mastery, your permission to take control, defy expectations, and rewrite the very rules that govern success. The game will change. The only question is, will you be the one to change it? Part 1. The Mindset of a Game Changer. Chapter 1. Upgrade your thinking, question everything. The way you think dictates the life you live. And here is the hard truth. Most of what you believe is wrong. Society has trained you to think small, to follow the rules, to accept limits that don't actually exist. But every great innovator, every powerful leader, every true game changer, they refuse to accept the status quo. They ask the questions others are too afraid to ask. Is there a better way? What if the impossible is actually possible? What if success, energy, intelligence, and happiness can all be hacked? Because here's the secret. The people who change the world are not the ones who follow the rules, but the ones who rewrite them. And that, my friends, is your first challenge. Question everything. Every assumption, every belief, every limitation you have accepted as truth. Because the only way to become a game changer is to first change your own game. Chapter 2. Fear is a liar. Master your biology. Master your life. Listen closely because this is critical. Most people believe that fear is an emotion, a feeling, something that happens in the mind. But that is wrong. Fear is biology. It is chemical. It is the body reacting, the nervous system firing, the subconscious screaming, stay safe. And here is the greatest mistake most people make. They let their biology control their destiny. They let stress, anxiety, and doubt dictate their decisions. They allow old, outdated survival instincts keep them trapped in mediocrity. But the world's greatest performers, the billionaires, the innovators, the fearless disruptors, they hack fear. They take control of their own biology. And how do they do it? By rewiring the nervous system, training the body to respond to stress with focus, not panic. By mastering breathwork and cold exposure, forcing the body to thrive under pressure. by fueling the brain with the right nutrients, sleep, and recovery, because mental strength is built on physical strength. My friends, fear will not disappear, but it can be tamed, controlled, overcome. And once you learn to master your biology, nothing will ever hold you back again. Chapter 3. Stop playing small, leverage the power of big thinking. Most people dream too small. Even worse, most people don't dream at all. They live in the world of realistic goals. They aim for good enough. They stay within the limits of what seems practical. And that is why most people will never be great. Because game changers? They think big. Not just a little bigger. Not just slightly outside the box. They think 10x, 100x, a level so massive it forces them to become something greater.
Why?
Because when you aim for something enormous, you stop thinking in small steps and start thinking in paradigm shifts. You don't try to work harder. You find a way to work smarter. You don't try to be slightly better. You figure out how to radically transform the game. You don't focus on incremental growth. You focus on exponential breakthroughs. Look at Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Oprah, Steve Jobs. None of them were realistic. None of them played small. None of them waited for permission. And neither should you. So, my challenge to you, stop thinking in limits. Instead, ask yourself, what would my life look like if I had zero fear? What would I build if I knew I could not fail? What impact would I make if I allowed myself to think impossibly big? Because the only way to win at life is to play a game so big, so bold, so limitless, that you force yourself to level up in ways you never imagined. Chapter 4. Your environment is everything. Curate it relentlessly. Listen to me, because this might be the most important lesson of all. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your environment. If you are surrounded by negative, average, small-minded people, you will stay average. If you fill your mind with doubt, fear, and distraction, you will never achieve greatness. But if you curate your environment with intention, if you surround yourself with driven, innovative, high-energy individuals, if you read, listen, and consume ideas that elevate your thinking, if you design your world to reinforce success, growth, and limitless ambition, then, my friends, there is no force in this world that can stop you. So, do not let your environment be an accident. Build it, shape it, guard it, because your future depends on it. Part 2. The High-Performance Playbook. Chapter 5. Energy is power. Fuel your body. Fuel your greatness. Listen carefully, because this is crucial. You cannot operate at a high level if your body is running on empty. Your energy, your focus, your drive, they are all dictated by your biology. And yet, most people treat their bodies like an afterthought. They fuel themselves with garbage. They neglect movement, hydration, recovery. They let stress and exhaustion drain them dry. And then they wonder why they feel tired, why they feel uninspired, why they don't perform at their best. Game changers do not make this mistake. They know that energy is power, and they cultivate it with precision.
How?
They eat for fuel, not comfort. High-fat, high-quality nutrition. No sugar. No garbage. No compromise. They move every day. Exercise is not optional. It is a non-negotiable tool for peak performance. They recover like professionals. Sleep is a weapon. Meditation is a superpower. Stress management is an advantage. Because let me tell you something, if you are exhausted, unfocused, sluggish, you are weak. If you are sharp, strong, energized, you are unbeatable. Fuel yourself accordingly. Chapter 6. The 10x Productivity Formula. Work smarter, not harder. Stop wasting time. Stop working like an amateur. The average person? They grind, they hustle, they drown in busy work, but they do not make progress.
Why?
Because they mistake effort for effectiveness. They think success is about working harder. But game changers know the truth. It's about working smarter. They prioritize ruthlessly. They eliminate distractions aggressively. They master time like a chessboard, moving with precision and intent. Here's how they do it. They follow the 80-20 rule. 80% of results come from 20% of actions, so they focus on the actions that move the needle. They batch tasks and guard their time. No constant email checking, no pointless meetings. Deep work only. They leverage systems, automation, and delegation. If it can be outsourced, optimized, or eliminated, it is. Because time is the only resource you can never get back. And those who master it, they win. Chapter 7. Upgrade your brain. Cognitive hacks for superhuman focus. Your brain is your greatest asset, so why are you not optimizing it? Most people accept brain fog, low focus, and sluggish thinking as normal. But game changers? They tune their minds like a high-performance machine. They hack their brain chemistry. They boost cognitive power. They unleash levels of focus, memory, and problem-solving that others can only dream of.
How?
Neurofeedback and meditation. Training the mind to operate at peak levels. Nootropics and brain fuel. High-quality supplements and biohacks that supercharge cognition. Deep work mastery. No multitasking, no distractions, only laser focus on the task at hand. Because in the game of success, the sharper your mind, the sharper your results. Upgrade your brain, and you upgrade your life. Chapter 8. Fearless decision-making. Trust your gut, move with power. Indecision is failure. Every second you hesitate, every moment of doubt, is lost opportunity. And in a world that moves at lightning speed, you cannot afford to be slow. Game changers? They make decisions with confidence, clarity, and speed. They do not second-guess. They do not hesitate. They trust their instincts and commit fully. How do they do it? 1. They follow data, not emotion. Decisions are based on logic, experience, and calculated risk. 2. They move fast and adapt. If a choice is wrong, they adjust, but they do not freeze. 3. They cultivate self-trust. Because the greatest leaders know, the ability to decide is the ability to win. So, my friends, stop hesitating. Stop overthinking. Decide. Commit. Execute. That is how you win. Part 3. The power of influence. Winning by elevating others. Chapter 9. The science of connection. How great leaders build influence.
People follow those they trust.
Not those who talk the loudest. Not those who demand power. Not those who pretend to be something they're not. Influence is earned. Trust is built. And the most successful game changers master the science of connection. Here's how they do it. They listen more than they talk. Influence is not about broadcasting, it's about understanding. They show up authentically. No masks. No pretenses. Just real, unshakable confidence. They make others feel seen. Because the most powerful person in any room is the one who lifts others up. If you want to lead, you must first connect. If you want to influence, you must first inspire. Because the greatest power of all is the ability to make others believe. Chapter 10. The Art of Persuasion. How to make people say yes. In business, in leadership, in life, persuasion is everything. Every deal closed. Every opportunity seized. Every vision turned into reality. It all comes down to your ability to convince others. But game changers? They do not manipulate. They do not deceive. They do not beg. They persuade with precision. Here's how. They lead with value. The best way to win people over?
Give before you ask.
They tell powerful stories. Logic makes people think, but emotion makes them act. And the best persuaders know how to make people feel. They understand human psychology. Why do people say yes? What drives decisions? Master this, and you can move mountains. Because let me tell you something, persuasion is not about tricking people into agreeing with you. It's about making them want to. And once you master that skill, you become unstoppable. Chapter 11. The Leadership Code. Command respect. Inspire action. A title does not make you a leader. A position does not make you a leader. True leadership comes from how you show up. Game changers know this. They don't chase authority. They earn it. They don't demand respect. They command it.
How?
They lead by example. If you want people to work harder, be better, do more, you must do it first. They make tough decisions. Leadership is not about being liked. It's about doing what's right. They empower others. Because real leaders don't create followers. They create more leaders. If you want to change the game, you must first become the kind of person that others want to follow. Because leadership is not about you. It's about them. Chapter 12, The Legacy Formula, Success Beyond Yourself. At the end of it all, what will you leave behind? Because success is not just about money. Not just about status. Not just about winning the game. It's about impact. What did you build? Who did you help? What mark did you leave on this world? Game changers think beyond the moment. They don't just chase success. They create something bigger than themselves. Here's how they do it. They focus on contribution, not just achievement. They build businesses that serve, not just sell. They mentor, teach, and uplift others along the way. Because let me tell you something, the greatest measure of success is not what you accomplish. It's what you inspire in others. The greatest leaders? They are remembered not for what they took, but for what they gave. Part 4. The Unbreakable Mindset. How to Overcome, Adapt, and Thrive. Chapter 13. The Art of Adaptation. How to Pivot, Adjust, and Keep Moving. There is one constant in life: change. The economy shifts. Technology evolves. Entire industries collapse overnight. And those who refuse to adapt, they get left behind. Game changers do not resist change. They do not fear it. They embrace it. They use it. They thrive in it. Here's how. They anticipate the future. They do not wait for change to happen. They prepare for it before it arrives. They stay agile. If something isn't working, they do not stubbornly hold on. They pivot, shift, and find a new way. They keep learning. Because the moment you stop growing, the moment you stop evolving, is the moment you start losing. Change is not your enemy. Stagnation is. The ability to adapt is what separates those who survive from those who dominate. Chapter 14. Overcoming Failure. How to Turn Setbacks into Comebacks. Let's make one thing clear. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is the price of success. Every legend has fallen. Every innovator has failed. Every great leader has hit rock bottom. But the difference? They did not stop there. Because failure is never final unless you quit. Here's how game changers turn setbacks into fuel. They own their mistakes. No excuses. No blame. Just lessons. They extract wisdom from every failure. Because every misstep is a stepping stone to greatness. They refuse to stay down. Because if you get back up one more time, then you fall, you win. Remember this, your failures do not define you. Your response to them does. So get up. Learn.
Adapt.
Move forward. Because champions are made in the moments they refuse to quit. Chapter 15. The Mental Fortress. Mastering Stress, Pressure, and Fear. Game changers do not let fear rule them. They do not crumble under pressure. They do not allow stress to destroy their performance. They dominate their emotions. Because, let's be real, fear is inevitable. But courage is a choice. Pressure is constant. But mental toughness is built. Stress will find you. But your ability to control it? That is your power. Here's how they master the battlefield of the mind. They train their focus. Because a distracted mind is a defeated mind. They cultivate inner calm. Meditation, breath work, mindset rituals. These are weapons, not luxuries. They develop emotional resilience. When chaos erupts, when storms rage, when everything is on the line, they remain unshaken. You cannot avoid stress. You cannot eliminate pressure. But you can become the kind of person who thrives under it. And when you do, there is nothing you cannot handle. Chapter 16. The Power of Grit. The Relentless Drive to Win. You've heard it before. Talent is nothing without hard work. But let me take it a step further. Hard work is nothing without grit. Because real success? It's not about intensity, it's about consistency. Game changers do not rely on motivation. They do not wait for inspiration. They show up every single
Day.
even when it's hard, even when they don't feel like it, even when no one is watching. That is grit. And grit is what separates the elite from the average. Here's how they build it. They commit to the long game. No shortcuts. No quick fixes. Just relentless progress. They push through discomfort. Because growth lives outside the comfort zone. They never, ever give up. Because those who refuse to quit are the ones who win. So let me ask you, do you have the grit to keep going when it gets tough? Because if you do, there is nothing that can stop you. The game has changed. And so, we stand here at the edge of possibility. You have walked through the fire. You have learned the secrets of the greats. You have seen what it takes to rise, to lead, to dominate. But let me tell you this. None of it matters if you do not act. Because knowledge without action is wasted. Because inspiration without execution is useless. This is your moment. The world does not wait for those who hesitate. It does not reward those who dream without daring. It does not hand victory to those who wish for it. It gives it to those who step forward. To those who decide right now in this moment that they will no longer play small. That they will no longer wait for permission. That they will no longer accept a life that is anything less than extraordinary. The game changers of history, the ones who defied odds, shattered limits, and rewrote the rules, they were no different from you. They had the same fears, the same doubts, the same moments of hesitation. But they made a decision. They chose to rise. They chose to act. They chose to become unstoppable. So now, the final question remains. Will you? Will you take this knowledge and wield it like a weapon? Will you step into the arena and claim your victory? Will you wake up tomorrow, not as the person you were, but as the person you were meant to be? Because the game will move forward, with or without you. The only thing left to decide is, will you be the one changing it? Or will you be the one left behind? The time is now. The choice is yours. Change the game. Change your life. And never look back. Thanks for listening to Book Buzz reviews and summaries.